Hello there, everybody. I'm Joe Crawford with the Estill County Chamber of Commerce, and we are down here at the Museum and Library for the Estill County Historical and Genealogical Society, and we're going to be talking about another great organization, the Southeast Kentucky Gem, Mineral, and Fossil Club. All right, I got it right. A lot of folks will just refer to it as the Rock Club, but Rock's not even in the title, but it's implied, I guess. So we got a few of the movers and shakers in the club here with us, and we'll go ahead and start off by letting them introduce themselves.
I'm Adam Gould with Adam's Custom Jewelry here in Estill County. I'm a recent board member, newly board member, and I joined the club about last year, so I'm a little over a year in the club, so I'm still kind of new, but I'm real passionate about rocks, and I like teaching people about them. And everything I know, I'll relay the information right over to you.
Excellent. That's very cool. And who's this young man right here?
I'm David Davis. I'm from Powell County, but I own property at Middle Fork here in Estill County, and I look for the red rocks there. I was a founding member of the club in 2015. There were 4 of us. We've grown to 100 now. I served as president for the past 2 years. My term ended last month, and now I'm vice president. So.
It normally goes the other direction, yeah. But that works. Well, as a founding member, would you like to talk a little bit about kind of how the club formed and why it formed?
Sure. So there used to be a club from Lexington that sponsored the show during the Mushroom Festival. They folded, and in order to have the show, we had to have a club for insurance purposes and things like that. So Roland McIntosh and Layman Flynn, who were other founding members, suckered me into coming and helping start the club. Everything's went well, and we've grown, and it's positive, and it's a good thing.
That's excellent. So what kind of person would be interested in being involved with the club?
Anyone that is interested in rocks, period. If you like to get outdoors and hunt fossils and different geodes, agates, gems, minerals, all these different things, if you're just an outdoorsy type person, you'll like the club. So come check it out.
Excellent. I'm going to ask you the same question because I have a feeling there's a lot of different answers to it.
He basically said it. The reason the club has such a long name, when the club was formed, they tried to include every kind of collector from this and surrounding counties. And so the agate is only found in 5 counties in Kentucky, and the red and black is only found in just Estill and Jackson, a small area. But anyway, that's the reason for the long name. Anybody that likes any of that stuff is going to like the club. We have presentations, try to every meeting, and we're starting some field trips. Going to try to do those at least every other month, go to different creeks, different places, doing rock-related things. So.
Well, I know the agate is the main rock that folks around here talk about, and one that non-rock people many times haven't heard of. So you mentioned the rarity of agates and then of the black and red. Is that what makes people so excited, the rarity of them?
Well, I'll just tell you, a lot of people don't know that is our state rock, and which it's kind of confusing because an agate is a mineral and coal is a rock, so it's kind of the opposite. But anyways, it is what it is. But the red and black agate's just so bright and vibrant that it just really attracts a whole lot of people, and it's just so beautiful. There's so many different variations of it. So it's amazing.
It's just pretty, right?
It's pretty.
Now I'm not educated. I have been out in the creeks and I have found a couple and along those lines, but I know there is a lot of talk, and it seems like a lot of rocks that come out of Brazil that are labeled as agates. So who wants to tell me about that? What's the difference?
Well, there's agates all around the world. Brazil agates are much more common because you can see literally tons of them in rock shops and at different shows. Kentucky, the red and black is one of the rarest agates there is, much rarer than a diamond. Traditionally, less than a dozen a year were found in the creeks. And now that I'm digging for them, I'm still 1 in 100 before I find a red one, at least 100. So that kind of gauges the rarity of it.
Well,
the chances of you actually going to the creek and finding a red agate is about like hitting the lottery. If you go to the creek and you find an agate, period, it's just like playing the lottery. You just won. You just won that day. It's a good day. Yeah, you've had a good day.
well, I've managed to find 2 in my life. So I guess I should have gotten one of those Mega Millions tickets.
Right. Right.
Let me ask you all this. So are you both hunters? So you're out there in the creeks and that kind of thing. I have seen people who will take a rock out of the water. They think it's rotten, you know, it's nasty quartz or something like that, and they bust it with the hammer, and it turns out that it was actually had black inside it. Have either of you ever done that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm a big believer in the worst thing you can do with the rock is to hit it with a hammer. Yep. But sometimes, you know, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
If you're finding so many in the creek that you can't carry them, I recommend hiding them behind a tree and coming back. Yeah. Because the one that you bust is going to be the $1,000 rock.
Right.
Yes.
Did you cry?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know I would.
I learned my lesson.
That's good. That's good. It's so interesting, and like you talking about the black and red being rarer than a diamond. Why aren't there engagement rings being made out of agates? I mean, can you all make that happen?
Oh, yeah. There is. There is. There is.
I've done a few.
Yeah, I've done a few already. I've done a few. And
well, there you go. That just needs to go mainstream.
Yeah, exactly. It really does. It really does. And I think it will. I think it seems like the popularity of the Kentucky agate's growing. You know, I see it growing just since I've got into it. And I think it's becoming more popular. It just takes time to grow and get the information out there to people, you know.
Right. I'd like to ask you just a little bit about the club as an organization, which you all are all volunteer run. Does that present any special challenges in trying to get things done?
Not as long as we have Francine.
Good answer. Good answer. If you've got the Energizer Bunny, you don't have to worry about it, right? So she just can't retire. That's right. Well, I tell you right now, if it's all right, can we go to the rocks and get you all to talk about just a little bit, if you wouldn't mind if you can point out kind of the red and black and stuff like that, for any. So I'll kind of lead us into it here.
Let's start off with Dave's right over there.
Okay. All right, we're looking at some of these minerals, not rocks, right now. And David, could you tell us kind of what we're looking at?
So I brought a variety just to show different colors that are found here in Estill County. This being the ultimate, the red and black.
It's a beautiful rock.
And that's a great one. The less fractures they have, the better they are. So there's just some minor fracturing in that. They look like nothing on the outside, and that's why we have to cut every one we find. This is one, as you would expect to find it in the creek. I found this one in the creek, naturally worn and broken, but it shows basically everything that can happen in an agate. The natural face, the banding, and this is called botryoidal formation, which means grape-like in Greek. There's just a crazy pattern one with some gray shades.
Yeah, is it good or bad to have the quartz in there?
Most people don't want it in there. I mean, sometimes it's all right, but...
Depends on the design.
And, yeah, varies from rock to rock.
Right.
Then we have the purples, every color in the world. Adam's got some others over there.
Quartz is okay to have in them if you got a little gold.
You can. I don't know if you can see it on the video. There is some gold fleck right in there.
Yeah,
that's neat.
It's fool's gold. It's
well, you don't have to tell anybody that.
But, you know.
I have people at shows argue with me, that's gold, but the geologists say we don't have gold in Estill County.
I mean, you never say never.
Never say never.
You know. And so we see here some of the jewelry with the knives. it seems like it's a fairly versatile thing to work with.
Yes, very versatile. Very versatile. You can literally do just about anything with agate. You can put agate in just about anything. It's just like making anything else out of diamonds or any other kind of precious stones. It can be worked. Somebody, somewhere, some way can work it into whatever you want, you know. And there's big basketball size agates versus, you know, so you got some little bitty, teeny tiny agates, you know. And it's just amazing, some of these different colors and what different colors come from different sides of the county, you know. Different creeks produce different colors, and some creeks produce the same colors, but it's amazing. It is really amazing. And just when you think you've got it halfway figured out, that something surprises you and it changes. It completely changes, blows your mind.
Well, and for the sake of folks who don't know, these aren't recent formations. These agates have been formed for how long?
360 million years ago.
360 million years ago. Is that what you said?
That's what they say. That's what they tell us.
So when you're finding one of these in the creek, it's just had to work its way out of the ground higher up and roll down.
Yep. It may have taken thousands of years to get down to the creek. And then also there's some in the creek, as the rain comes and floods come, it washes more out of the banks and the bottom.
It really is an amazing process.
Fascinating.
It really is. And this is such a cool hobby. It's one of those things, as long as you have access to a creek, then you can get out there and look. And
well, you don't necessarily have to be in a creek, see, because all your agates are formed up here, up higher in the mountains, and as erosion has washed them out down into the creek. So the ones you find in the creeks actually come from up here in the mountains.
I've heard of people taking leaf blowers up on the hillsides and finding rocks.
Absolutely.
After the fires last year, they found a lot of burnt ones just laying in the dirt.
Absolutely.
So don't think anything of it if you see a guy with a leaf blower climbing up a ridge. Right. Is that what you're saying?
Don't go ask him what he's doing.
But this is it's really neat, and I know it's accessible. It's something that you don't have to be an expert or study for years to get started. But again, when you're looking for those rocks,
right.
And how often did you say that one is actually going to be an agate?
Maybe 1 out of 100, if you're lucky.
And then multiply that by about another 100,
right.
Yeah, for it to have any red in it.
Right. Exactly. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Very cool. Again, we've been talking about the, let me try it again, the Southeast Kentucky Gem, Mineral, and Fossil Club, right?
Club.
Got it, the Rock Club. So check them out on Facebook. And you got over 100 members now, and I know you all are looking for more. So
Absolutely.
It's only $15 a year for individuals or $24 for family, so it's very affordable. I've also want to add about our spring show. We have a spring show in conjunction with the Mushroom Festival last weekend in April every year, and we do guided agate hunts. We go to Middle Fork and South Fork, and those fill up really fast, so if anybody wants to do them, watch on our Facebook page and sign up. They're fun. People find rocks. Good fellowship, good time.
excellent. Okay, and you've got the you want to get a close-up on that, Jess? We got the membership application, and I don't know if you heard it. The membership fees for an individual, $15, and $20 for a family, and they are a 501c3 exempt nonprofit. So just keep that in mind. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for talking to us, and a big thanks to Francine. We want to thank the folks here at the Estill County Historical and Genealogical Society Museum and Library for hosting us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.